Virgo, something doesn't feel right, does it? The air around you feels heavier. The energy in the room changes when you enter. You sense it, even if you can't explain it. It's not anxiety. It's not coincidence. It's spiritual surveillance. Between June 5th and 8th, you're not just living. You're being observed by divine eyes, higher forces, your guides, the universe itself, watching your every move, thought, reaction, and intention. This is no ordinary week, Virgo. This is a test, a final one. This is your final destiny test. And the outcome? Pass it. And your entire timeline shifts. Doors that have been locked for years suddenly open. Finances flow again. Love feels real again. Your soul aligns with the path you were always meant to walk. But if you fail, if you ignore the signs, react from fear, or fall back into the old cycles, then your blessings may be paused, delayed for months, even years. The version of you that was meant to rise in 2025 might be forced to wait until 2029. That's why you feel watched. That's why everything feels louder, more intense, because your higher self, your ancestors, your spirit team, they're all holding their breath, watching if you're finally ready. They've cleared your path before, protected you from things that weren't meant for you. But now, they want to know, have you learned the lesson? Or are you still looping in fear, doubt, and hesitation? Because the portal between June 5th and 8th is sacred. It's not a prediction. It's a spiritual checkpoint. A moment where your next 3 years are being decided and based on what you choose now. So if you've been feeling drained for no reason, if people are triggering you left and right, if your sleep has been broken, your dreams have been intense, and your emotions all over the place, this is why you're being tested, watched, chosen, or not. This is the moment where destiny takes notes. In this video, I'll show you the 3 undeniable signs that prove you're being watched spiritually during this window. I'll also show you how to pass this test with clarity, grace, and power, so you can finally step into your divine alignment. Do not click away. The forces watching you want to know if you're truly awake. This is your timeline test, your final warning, and your moment to rise. Virgo, between June 5th and 8th, you are entering one of the most spiritually charged windows of 2025. And this is no ordinary astrology forecast. It's a divine alignment sent to test your destiny. The moon, your emotional compass, will form a karmic square with Mercury, your ruling planet. That means your emotions and your mind will clash. You'll want to speak truth, but your heart might freeze. You'll want clarity, but confusion will cloud your thoughts. And as if that's not enough, Neptune, the master of illusion and spiritual fog, is casting shadows over your sense of purpose. What feels true may not be. What feels familiar might be a trap. This is the universe testing your inner sight. This isn't about others, Virgo. This is about you, your choices, your growth, your timeline. You'll likely experience this energy as internal chaos, mental fog, emotional spikes, and the sudden urge to give up or isolate. That's not failure. That's the friction of awakening. This is the final test before the June 9th portal, and only those who pass with clarity and alignment will be energetically upgraded. Everyone else, they stay stuck in the karmic loop. Have you felt off lately? Like you're questioning your path, struggling to make decisions, wondering if the people around you are actually for you? That's not just overthinking, it's the spiritual fog rolling in. The universe isn't punishing you, it's setting the stage. This fog is intentional, because light is earned through awareness. Only the conscious will see through the illusion. Between June 5th to 8th, life will try to distract you. Little things will suddenly feel big. Arguments, misunderstandings, and emotional triggers will come out of nowhere. And here's the test. Will you react like your old self, or respond like your future self? This is your spiritual battlefield, Virgo. The battleground is internal, the fight is energetic, and the reward? A shift in your entire destiny. You've done the work, you've been healing, growing, learning. But this is the checkpoint, the final exam, and you can't cheat your way through this one. You're being called to trust your intuition over logic, to choose peace over pride, to walk away from what feels comfortable and step into the unknown, because that's where your new timeline lives. The stars don't lie. This window from June 5th to 8th is spiritually marked. It's rare, and it's real. Listen to your body. Pay attention to your dreams. Watch the patterns around you. The universe is whispering, and only the awake will hear. This is not a coincidence. It's your moment of divine selection. The question is, will you pass the test? Virgo, let's be honest. Lately it feels like you're living the same scene on repeat, doesn't it? Same emotional triggers, same people, same inner doubts. The faces might change, but the story stays the same. That's not coincidence. That's the test. This is the first spiritual sign between June 5th and 8th. Your patterns are repeating, and the universe wants to know, have you truly learned the lesson, or are you still just surviving the loop? The test doesn't always come in loud chaos. Sometimes it's quiet, familiar, comfortable, and that's why it's so dangerous. You might suddenly hear from someone who once hurt you, someone who drained you emotionally, spiritually, financially, and now they're back, smiling, offering closure, promising change. But here's the catch. You already closed that door, so why is it opening again? Or maybe it's your job. You've outgrown it. You know it doesn't align with who you are becoming, but suddenly they offer you a raise, a promotion, the illusion of comfort. But your soul screams, no, that's not my path anymore. That scream? That's your higher self trying to break the cycle. Or maybe it's your own mind, telling you you're not good enough, telling you to settle, convincing you that it's safer to stay small than to risk being powerful. Virgo, these patterns are your karmic homework. The spiritual world isn't watching if you're perfect. They're watching if you're conscious. If you choose what's unfamiliar but aligned, or fall back into what's familiar but toxic. And here's the truth. If you don't break the cycle now, the next opportunity to evolve may not come until 2027. That's the cost of spiritual delay. This is the moment where your old life is trying to tempt you back, but your new life is just beyond the fear. All you have to do is say no. Say no to the almost right relationship. Say no to the safe job that steals your soul. Say no to the inner voice that's not really yours, but echoes from your past pain. The universe doesn't reward avoidance. It rewards awareness. And between June 5th and 8th, every repeated pattern is an invitation to rise. Your story doesn't have to stay the same. You can write a new chapter. You can close this loop permanently. Say it out loud with me. I am done repeating. I choose expansion. And when you say that, mean it. Because when the universe hears truth in your voice, it moves mountains for you. This test is not here to punish you. It's here to prove how far you've come. Stay awake, Virgo. The patterns are not just patterns, they're portals. And the moment you break the loop, your new destiny begins. Virgo, have you been feeling it lately? That eerie sensation, like someone is watching you? Like your thoughts are echoing louder than usual? Like even your silence has weight? Let me be clear, it's not paranoia, it's not overthinking, it's spiritual surveillance. Between June 5th and 8th, the veil is thin. During this powerful energetic window, your spiritual guides, ancestors, and karmic forces are tuned in. They're watching, not to punish you, but to observe if you're ready for the next level of your destiny. This test isn't measured by success or failure in the physical world. It's about your spiritual character, your intentions, your energy when nobody else is around. You might suddenly feel exposed, like everything you say or do carries more weight, like you're being judged not just by people, but by something much higher. That's because you are. This test is about integrity, about spiritual honesty, about what your higher self sees when you think no one else is looking. So, ask yourself this: do I show love when I'm alone? Do I choose truth over ego, even when it hurts? Do I walk in alignment, or only when people are watching? This is the type of energy where your every decision ripples through your timeline. One conscious action, one honest choice, can send a signal to the universe that says, I'm ready to evolve. But if you choose pride over humility, or fear over faith, you stay stuck. Not because you're unworthy, but because your actions say you're not ready. The best way to pass this test? Be honest. Radically, unshakably honest. Even when it's hard. Even when no one will ever know. Because spiritually, someone will know. There are eyes on your soul, Virgo. Eyes that want to see if your inner world matches your outer words. Are you the same person in the dark as you are in the light? Or are you still performing for approval, validation, safety? You're being observed right now, not to be punished, but to be chosen. Chosen for leadership, for alignment, for manifestation power. But only if you're ready to carry that responsibility with clean hands. This is not the time to fake it. It's the time to face it. Face your truth. Own your shadow. Let your soul be seen. Because Virgo, when you pass the test that no one else knows you're taking, that's when your life begins to shift in miraculous ways. Say it now. I will choose truth, even when it's invisible. I will be who I am, even when no one is watching. And when the universe sees that, that's when doors open that no one else could open for you. Virgo, if you've been feeling emotionally overwhelmed lately, sensitive, anxious, drained, or ready to snap over small things, you are not crazy. You're not broken. You're being tested. This is the third and final spiritual sign between June 5th and 8th. The emotional intensity is not random. It's a test of emotional maturity. This test isn't about how smart you are or how much healing you've done on paper. This one is about how you manage your energy when your heart feels like it's exploding. It's easy to stay calm when everything is smooth, but when your buttons are being pushed, your past is triggered, and your soul feels exposed, that's when your real growth shows up. You might find yourself in conversations where every fiber of your being wants to react, to prove a point, to fight back, but your higher self whispers, just breathe, just walk away. Or maybe you've stayed silent for too long, and suddenly a moment arrives where you're being called to speak truth, but it terrifies you. That's the test. Will you freeze, or will you express what your soul knows is right? Some of you will face emotional flashbacks, a person, a sound, a place, a moment, pulling you back into an old version of yourself. But that version of you, they're no longer in charge. The emotional chaos you're experiencing is not a setback, it's a spotlight. It's the universe illuminating the parts of you that still need to evolve, not to shame you, but to upgrade you. Every trigger is a teacher. Every discomfort is an invitation. Every emotional wave is a mirror saying, who do you choose to be now? And here's the truth. You don't need to fix every emotion. You don't need to be perfectly calm. You just need to respond from awareness, not fear. When you feel the storm rise inside you, pause. Don't react. Instead ask, is this reaction aligned with my future self? Is this pain asking to be healed or released? Ground yourself daily. Walk barefoot on the earth, drink water slowly, journal your emotions, meditate. Let your nervous system lead you back to truth. This is how you pass the emotional test, Virgo. Not by being perfect, but by choosing presence over panic. The version of you that already has the life you dream of, the abundance, the love, the peace, that version of you is watching how you respond to this test. Will you align with them, or will you collapse into who you used to be? Say it out loud now. I am grounded, I am conscious, I will not react, I will respond with alignment. Because when you choose emotional awareness during chaos, that's when your timeline begins to shift in your favor. Virgo, if you pass this test, if you walk through the fire of June 5th to 8th with courage, clarity, and consciousness, everything changes. And I mean everything. This isn't just about surviving another emotional storm. This is about proving to the universe that you're no longer stuck in fear, that you've evolved, that you're finally aligned with your highest timeline. When you pass this test, alignment begins to move like lightning. Your energy shifts, your thoughts clear, your path opens, and suddenly, things that once felt impossible begin to flow. Finances that were blocked, they start to move. That unexpected opportunity, the job, the project, the new stream of income shows up out of nowhere, because abundance follows those who align with truth. That pain you've carried in silence for years, that heartbreak, that betrayal, that wound that never seemed to fully heal, it begins to dissolve, because when you stop choosing your past, you stop carrying its weight. Some of you will meet a soulmate, a divine mirror, a spiritual partner who shows up the moment you finally choose yourself. That kind of love doesn't come through chasing, it comes through alignment. You'll feel it in your body first, a lightness, a knowing, a calm certainty about what to do next. No more confusion, no more overthinking, no more second-guessing yourself. Because the moment you pass a spiritual test, the universe rearranges everything to match your new frequency. Doors that were locked will open. People who ghosted you will reach out. Opportunities that you dreamed about will land in your lap, but only because you proved you were ready. This is divine reward, Virgo. This is karmic balance being restored in your favor. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you're energetically prepared to handle. And after this test, if you pass, you'll finally be holding the key to blessings that have been waiting for years. The spiritual eyes watching you right now, they're not looking for perfection. They're looking for presence, power, awareness. And if you show that, truly show it, your future will unfold in ways that shock you. This is your breakthrough window. This is your upgrade moment. This is the chapter where everything you've gone through finally starts to make sense. But only if you stay conscious, only if you trust your path, only if you remember that this isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Say it with me now. I am aligned, I am ready, I will pass this test and receive what is mine. Because when you pass the final test, Virgo, you don't just get peace, you get power, you get clarity, and you finally get what your soul has been calling in. Virgo, I need to tell you the truth, and not the sugar-coated version. If you fail this test between June 5th and 8th, it won't just sting, it will set you back. You'll feel it immediately, that spiritual fog returning, that heavy energy around your chest, that sense of confusion where every decision feels like a dead end. Why? Because the universe will pause your timeline. It's not punishment, it's alignment. And when you react in fear, repeat the old patterns, or ignore the signs, you're energetically saying, I'm not ready. The moment you choose fear over faith, pride over humility, or comfort over purpose, you delay the very blessings you've been praying for. Let's be clear, this window, June 5th to 8th, is not casual, it's rare, and if you miss it, you may not get this level of clarity, momentum, and divine support again until October. That's 4 months of stagnation, 4 months of wondering what went wrong. Opportunities will pass you by. People who are meant to cross your path may never meet you. Financial breakthroughs will slow, and the emotional healing you've been craving, it gets buried again under denial and avoidance. You'll feel stuck, not because you aren't worthy, but because you said yes to the same old loop. You said yes to your past instead of your potential. And worst of all, you'll know deep down you were tested. You'll feel it in your gut. That spiritual nudge, that moment you ignored, will replay in your head over and over. That's how karma whispers, you weren't ready, but you could have been. And Virgo, that's the part that hurts the most. Not that you failed, but that you knew better and still chose small. You've worked too hard to go back now. You've healed too much to live in the same cycles. You've sacrificed too many pieces of yourself to stay stuck. So, if you fail this test, let that failure be the last one. Don't justify it. Don't blame the universe. Look in the mirror and decide to rise. Because failure isn't the end. It's just delay. And you don't deserve delay anymore. You've already been on hold for too long. This is your chance to break the curse of almost healed, almost successful, almost aligned. You are not here to be almost. You are here to be unapologetically aligned, but you must choose it, right now. Say it out loud. I will not delay my destiny. I will not fail this test. I am ready now. Because once you pass, everything starts to move. But if you fail, the silence you'll feel isn't peace, it's spiritual pause, and that pause can last longer than you think. Virgo, now that you know this is your final destiny test between June 5th and 8th, the question becomes, what do you do with this knowledge? This isn't just about knowing. You have to move with intention, speak with purpose, align your actions with the timeline you want to live, because this window won't wait. Step 1. Ground yourself every day. The first thing you must do is ground yourself every single day from June 5th to 8th. Why? Because when your emotions rise and spiritual energy intensifies, grounding keeps you stable, aligned, unshaken. Here's how. Walk barefoot on the earth, even if it's just your backyard. Feel the grass, breathe with your feet planted, drink water slowly and speak into it. This water anchors me to clarity. Sit in silence, meditate for just 7 minutes and let your nervous system soften. If you don't ground, the triggers will pull you into reaction mode. You'll fall into loops. But when you're grounded, you move with power, not panic. Step 2. Speak your alignment out loud. Your words carry vibration. They are spells, Virgo, so you must speak what you want to align with. Every morning and every night, say this aloud. I am aligned, I am aware, I am being guided. Say it like you mean it. Say it like your future depends on it, because it does. When the universe hears your voice rise above the noise, it responds. Step 3. Write this affirmation 11 times each day. Grab a notebook and write this every morning between June 5th and 8th. I will pass this test. I choose my highest timeline. Write it with intention. Visualize the version of you who is already living the life you're creating. That version is waiting for you on the other side of this test. Bonus spiritual tools, highly recommended. Amplify your energy with sacred tools. Obsidian to protect your aura from spiritual attacks. Clear quartz to magnify your clarity and intention. Amethyst to calm the mind and open your intuition. Light sage or Palo Santo to clear negative energy in your home or around your body. As you smudge, say, only truth, clarity, and alignment are welcome here. These aren't just rituals, these are declarations. Every time you ground, speak, write, or clear, you're telling the universe, I'm serious about my transformation. This is your spiritual preparation, Virgo. And if you follow through on these actions, no matter how chaotic things feel, you'll stay aligned, you'll stay protected, and you'll pass this test. Say it now one more time, boldly. I will pass this test. I choose my highest timeline. Because once you align with that truth, the universe will move mountains to meet you. Virgo, you've just been handed one of the most important messages of your spiritual journey. Now the question is, what will you do with it? Subscribe and turn on notifications. If this message shook something awake inside you, if it made you feel seen, heard, and spiritually confirmed, then you need to subscribe right now, because this isn't the last test you'll face, and I want to make sure you're ready for the next one. Click that bell icon, because the next video might drop on the very day your energy shifts, and I don't want you to miss a single divine instruction. Share this with another Virgo. Don't keep this energy to yourself. Send this video to another Virgo, your sister, your friend, your partner, someone who might be silently fighting the same spiritual battle. They may not even know they're being tested. Be the one who wakes them up. The more we help each other rise, the faster our collective timeline shifts. Be the light in someone else's test, and you'll find support in your own. Promote the next video. And now that you've faced the test, it's time to unlock the blessing. Go watch this next video right now. Virgo, 5 millionaire numbers for June. The universe is sending you codes because the signs are not random. They're divine coordinates, and when you pass your test, the universe rewards you with abundance, clarity, and divine timing. You've survived the hardest parts. Now it's time to receive. Final comment call. Supercharged engagement ritual. Before you go, let your energy echo into the universe. Write this in the comments below, not once, but 11 times. That number holds powerful vibrational energy. It opens doors. Comment this now. I will pass this test. I choose my divine timeline. Say it. Own it. Type it 11 times like you're carving it into your future. Because when the universe sees repetition, it reads it as intention. And intention becomes manifestation. Your words are not just comments, they're spiritual declarations. So make them loud, make them proud, let the universe feel your frequency. Virgo, this is not the end. This is the beginning of the new you. You've been tested, and now you get to choose. Will you rise, or will you repeat? If you're still here, that means your soul was meant to hear this. So subscribe, share, watch the next video. And most importantly, trust your alignment, because once you pass this test, the rest of your life starts to feel like destiny unfolding. Your next chapter is waiting. Go claim it.